I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to my world. May your stay here be interesting. Tonight, Donald Trump has directed the release of the Epstein Grand Jury files for Friday, the 18th of July. In other news, Trump has threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal for accusing him of sending a sexy letter to Jeffrey Epstein. Who is with me? Give me a hell yeah! So a bunch of files are going to be released on Friday the 18th of June regarding the Jeffrey Epstein case. Trump has been under massive pressure from his base to release more information regarding Jeffrey Epstein after Trump has recently brushed off these news stories regarding the DOJ saying that Epstein illed K himself and there's no client list for Jeffrey Epstein. This is quite big news. So you can see here on X that this is actually going to happen on Friday. Attorney General Pam Bondi has announced the Epstein Grand Jury files will be unsealed tomorrow. So what could Grand Jury files be? Well, X gives us information on this, and I'm going to read this out to you now so you can understand exactly what kind of news we can expect regarding Jeffrey Epstein today. Grok says grand jury files could contain witness testimonies, evidence like documents or recordings, investigative reports, subpoenas, and deliberations related to Jeffrey Epstein's case, potentially revealing details about trafficking, influential associates, or plea deal negotiations from the 2005 investigation. But do not get your hopes up, because BBC Beta Boys Club, they said that it's not clear what grand jury files are actually going to be released. There are various Jeffrey Epstein cases over the years, and it could be files from any one of those. For example, the BBC says it's unclear whether the president's post concerned grand jury testimony from the first set of cases concerning Epstein in the early 2000s, or whether it stemmed from the federal charges in 2019. Some grand jury documents have already been released concerning the case in Florida in 2006 that led to him being charged with solicitation of an prostitute prey. The case was heavily criticized over lack of serious charges. So there are various cases regarding Epstein over the years. Some grand jury testimony has already been released and has already been criticized for not really giving us any information at all. So what kind of grand jury testimony we're actually going to get is not clear. We're going to have to wait and see. But you'd have to say, looking at the pattern over history of Epstein news releases and the current kind of climate in the White House and among the media, probably we're actually still going to get nothing. But this is good news, because if there really is something there, the more pressure that we put on the White House, on Donald Trump, on the media, the more information we're going to get and the harder it's going to be to sweep this under the rug. There's quite a lot of smoke around the Epstein files now, to the point where Donald Trump has sanctioned his Attorney General Pam Bondi to release more information and respond to the public. You love to see it. You love to see it, because you think the previous administration, regardless of the political climate and the kind of mood of the base, they're probably not going to release anything. So keep pushing, everybody, because we're slowly starting to get trickles of information. And if they don't release anything, it's just going to intensify the pressure on the White House. Now, this actually isn't really the main story today. Breaking news: Donald Trump said he's going to sue the Wall Street Journal because they have just released a story accusing Donald Trump of sending a sexy letter to Jeffrey Epstein for Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday. Apparently this has just been uncovered. I'm going to give you my full opinion on this in a minute, but this is big news. This is huge news. This is huge news. And you could speculate the reason Donald Trump is sanctioning more information to be released regarding the Epstein files is because of the Wall Street Journal's accusation that's just been made. So Trump has allegedly sent Jeffrey Epstein a lewd letter inside the outline of a naked woman for his 50th birthday, according to the Wall Street Journal. And one of the quotes from that letter is, "May every day be another wonderful secret." Here is the Wall Street Journal's accusation. They say, "It isn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared. Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in the third person. So here is the dialogue within this letter that Wall Street Journal is accusing Donald Trump of sending Epstein to celebrate his 50th birthday. Voiceover, there must be more to life than having everything, the note began. Donald Trump, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. So Donald Trump has threatened to sue regarding this letter, straight up. So Donald Trump said, I'm going to sue Rupert Murdoch's arse off, the owner of the Wall Street Journal and his third-rate newspaper. Responding to this accusation, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social, the Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print this fake story, but he did, and now I'm going to sue his arse off and that of his third-rate newspaper. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So if you are on Donald Trump's side, you will speculate that the Wall Street Journal have capitalized on this intense Jeffrey Epstein speculation that, let's be honest, in no small part has been stimulated by Donald Trump's denial that there's a client list and his Attorney General Pam Bondi. If you are on the side of the left, you will say that the reason Donald Trump has been so aggressively trying to quash this Epstein speculation is because he's involved in some capacity. So now I'll give you my opinion on this. So this letter by the Wall Street Journal, it is obviously fake. It doesn't sound like Donald Trump. And you can see they're desperately trying not to get sued by referring to an imaginary conversation in the third person that might allude to the fact that Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump might have done something together. It reads like some weird kind of narrative from a script. So if you were to try to concoct a story to try to hurt Donald Trump regarding Epstein, the way you would do it is exactly like that, trying to make sure you can't get sued and use loopholes to write it in the third person. It even has a weird dash at the end, like in ChatGPT. In the real world, who would write a letter like that to Epstein? I'm going to create a third-person conversation narrative, subtly alluding to things we might do together. It's super, super strange, and people have been reacting to this on X. Pericles on X says, it even has the AI dash in the last sentence, but the Wall Street Journal still thought it was real. And most importantly, where is this letter? I want to see the letter. I want to see the handwriting. I want to see it, but it's just alluded to by the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal obviously knew they were going to get sued by Donald Trump for writing this, but the activists who want to destroy Donald Trump probably have taken that into account. And essentially, this is part of the budget to smear Donald Trump in their PR campaign for the left, which is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Let's get sued by Donald Trump to try to smear him. So this is quite interesting news today, really. Donald Trump, under pressure from his base, has said he's going to release the grand jury testimony on Friday, the 18th of July, regarding the Epstein files. It's not clear which grand jury testimony it could be. It could be from any of the number of cases brought against Epstein over the years, some of which have already been heavily criticized for being nothing burgers in terms of like the release of information. And at the same time, the Wall Street Journal is accusing Donald Trump of writing this kind of cryptic, sexy letter to Jeffrey Epstein. And Donald Trump said he's going to sue the Wall Street Journal because of it. What do you think about this? What is your opinion on the story? Do you think these two stories are linked? Do you think Donald Trump was trying to obfuscate things because the letter's real? Do you think that Donald Trump's not involved at all, but he's just getting tired of this news and it actually is a conspiracy theory? It's not really the case that there's this high-profile client list of all these royals, monarchs, and politicians in the list, and Donald Trump just wants to get on with things. What do you think is actually going on, and what do you think is going to be in the release of this grand jury testimony today? I'm Johnny Massacre, and if you're just joining us, we're discussing the latest Jeffrey Epstein news. But if you have been watching from the beginning, then stop your grinning and drop your linen, donate some cash, and let's keep winning. Streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, Patreon.com/Johnny Massacre, and PayPal.me/Give me a hell yeah. You can donate now to help keep this channel running. I hope you are all very well today.
Brad W says, maybe David Icke is right.
So there you go. Quite big news, and you certainly won't have heard the end of this. My prediction is that they're just going to release a load of nothing. You're not suddenly going to get all these names today, and speculation is only going to intensify. Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's proxy, is in jail for providing clients to underage women. But we don't have any of those clients' names. So how can she be in jail? Until that's resolved, speculation is only going to increase. The family OG just became an official Massacre mate. Thank you so much for joining. You also can join via the join link in the bottom left. You will get access to exclusive content. You'll be able to vote on the video games that we play later today. And you will also get special emojis. Family OG flexing the emojis in the comment box, which is just absolutely awesome, mate. Family OG, so we need to add you now. We need to add you so you get text to speech. You didn't have text to speech before. Let's add you. So there you go. That's the news today. We are going to go on over to a cheeky live stream now, which is going to be for members only after we finish recording. And there we are going to set up today's live stream, gaming stream. You can vote for the game.
W says, when are you playing today?
So we're going to do a cheeky live stream and then play. So it's basically going to be after about an hour. And you can vote on the game if you are an official subscriber, aka a Massacre mate. We're going on over to the lock-in. The Clonk and Otter is the name of the virtual pub. You're going to be locked in with me. We're going to have some fun. And we're going to set up the next live stream. Going to give you some extra content there. So you should now have text-to-speech privilege. The family OG. I see C. Scott in the comments. He says, never doubted the Trumpster. Ere Petro in the comments says, some news is better than none. So I see lots of emojis in the comments. Do you want to drop a text comment, family OG, just to make sure your text-to-speech is working? Today's games that you can vote on to play if you're an official Massacre mate. Actually, anyone can vote today, but I'm just hooking you in so you get a taste of what paying members will be privy to. Today's
Fefe says, yo, what's good?
Yo, Fefe Milog, absolute channel legend. Make sure you subscribe to Fefe Milog right now. See his name there? Click his name there and subscribe to his channel. He is doing Resident Evil playthroughs and he's a retro gaming boss. The games you can vote on to play today are Silent Hill 2, Sonic the Hedgehog on the Game Gear. It looks like we've only had 3 votes and Silent Hill 2 is winning, so you can affect the final vote now. Let us set up a cheeky live stream, a place where there's a preamble. It's like the pub. We hang out, we chat for real Massacre mates only. It will end up being for Massacre mates and subscribers only after it finishes. Although the gaming content is mirrored on my gaming channel and you can also see it there. I'm going to create the cheeky live stream and I'm going to redirect you there. What do you think about the news today? I would love to hear your opinion. This is going to blow up hardcore. Wall Street Journal basically going to get sued for billions of dollars. That's how you can basically tell it's a fake story, because the way it's worded, there's no actual direct evidence that Donald Trump actually did something with Epstein, but it kind of talks in this poetic, weird, roundabout way. Super, super weird in the third person. So it doesn't actually even mention Trump by name. Super weird. And they don't even have it. Wall Street Journal, absolutely dicing with death there. What a bunch of maniacs. So cheeky live stream 156. Setting this up right now, my friends. All right, I'm going to redirect you. So when the stream ends, you're going to be redirected to the kind of Massacre Mates members only chit chat. and we will continue the fun over there. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for today. Hang around, you're going to be redirected to the next stream. C. Scott in the comments says, I heard Colbert is also getting fired from his late night show. Let's talk about that on the Cheeky live stream. See you in the Clonk and Otter, the world's best virtual pub. It's going to be mad British vibes. Might even be a bit of a pub lunch. Cheeky pint or two. We're going to have a lot of fun over there. So thank you very much, everyone. Good night. Take care. Keep the fun going over on the Cheeky live stream. Cheers, everyone.